from everything I have heard, a lot of American voters that voted for Donald Trump are the same way. They don't care that he's lying every day.
Right.
They don't care that he's calling the press enemies of the people. They don't care that he is questioning the federal court's ability to have judicial review, that he's basically ignoring 240 years of constitutional precedent. They don't care. They want to know, are we going to get our Supreme Court justice? And especially with the business people I've spoken with, especially businessmen, they're all lined up behind him.
Yeah.
They want the tax cuts. They want the regulatory reform. And here's a memo to Washington. They really don't care right now about Obamacare. Give us the tax cuts. Give us a regulatory reform.
And a lot of them want infrastructure, too.
And infrastructure. And we're behind you.
Yeah.
And they don't care what he says. They don't care what he tweets. They don't care about the niceties of it all. They wish he'd shut up, and they say it. I wish he'd shut up, but I want to see him pass all of this stuff.
We often mention favorably things that are in the morning papers. You mentioned the John Podhoretz column. You got to go read it.
You got to read John Podhoretz's column.
Once you get past the ScarJo update on page 6, get to the Podhoretz column, because it's a reality. He's not saying it favorably or unfavorably. He's just saying it's a reality. Half the country, about half the country, is fine with what's going on, and they're willing to give him a little bit more time. Healthcare is the key. His legislative agenda really does require this passing, but the chances of it passing are better than the last 24 hours.
And nobody was harsher against Donald Trump, and still will bash Donald Trump than John Podhoretz. So it is written from a guy who truly has been down the middle through the entire process, and he's right. If you were for Donald Trump the day he was elected, you're for Donald Trump today. And none of this matters.
Look, the reality is that this is going to come down to policy. It's going to come down to what Donald Trump can get passed through the House and the Senate into law. It's going to come down to health care. It's going to come down to removing regulations. If you were going to pick an enemy, if you were Donald Trump, to pummel, the media would be your #1 enemy out in the country. People love this. People love what he's doing to the media.
You know what I found?